Well, hey, so for this week and for the next few weeks, we're going to be looking at the interactions between values, rationality, and power. So far, we have been looking at these structures in isolation, which kind of creates the illusion that these things are all separate from each other. However, that is not true. They interact in a lot of really complex and interesting ways. You will recall from last week's lesson on power, some of the tactics of power included things like defining rationality or ignoring rationality and things like that. So you might guess that there's probably a pretty rich integration between rationality and power, and you'd be right. Next week, we are going to be talking about that. This week, though, we're going to be talking about values and power, because it turns out people don't exercise power for the sake of it. People exercise power to pursue values that they want to pursue. They also exercise power to prevent other people from pursuing values that might contravene their own personal values. Which brings to light something else. In organizations, you never operate by yourself. Groups never operate by themselves. They operate in conjunction with a whole bunch of other people and groups who have their own set of values, rationality, and power. And these individuals and groups interact with each other in wonderfully complex ways, make life really exciting and spicy. And over the next few weeks, we are going to be teasing apart these interactions. So this week, we're going to be looking at the relationship between values and power. Next week, we're going to be looking at rationality and power. And then after that, we're going to be looking at value, rationality, and power all together at the level of the individual. So like with just yourself in the organization. And then the week after that, we're going to do the same thing, values, rationality, and power, but we're going to look at it from the level of the organization and to see how these groups and things like that interact. So we're going to be taking this nice stepwise process to make sense of this kind of complex and crazy world. So it's going to be a lot of fun, really insightful, and I look forward to seeing you in class and in future workshops.